Time for another video, and I thought today I would make a list. 10 things I hate about myself. But on a serious note, it's always good and positive to be a little bit self-reflective. Look at yourself in the mirror and say, Jesus Christ. And that's why I made this list with my own 2 brain cells. So here goes, 10 things I hate about myself. Number 1, making lists. Now this might seem a little bit contradictory since this is a list in of itself, but I constantly make lists. I make shopping lists, well that's understandable, but I also make lists about things that I want to do and then sub-lists about how I'm going to go about doing them. In fact, I think I probably spend most of my time making lists, which then means that I don't actually get the things on the lists done. I'm not sure if it's an OCD thing. I'm not sure if it's a way to sort of try and control your life or compartmentalize it and sort it out in your head so you know you can chart your course from A to B to jail. You know, whatever it is, whatever path your life's going on, a list always makes you feel in control. When really, let's be honest, the list is kind of bullshit. Alright, I suppose lists in some small way can help structure your life, kind of, but what really annoys me is the fact that often I don't get the stuff done that's actually on the list, which leads us nicely into point number 2. So the second thing on my top 10 things I hate about myself has to be procrastination. Now I've talked about this before in other videos, so I'm not going to talk about it much here. That would be complete misuse of the word. If I ever find ingenious ways to put off what I should be doing. I mean, right now I'm making this video when really I should be finishing a story that I've been working on, which would be something maybe more constructive. I don't know, but I kind of like making videos, and but yeah, so I kind of procrastinate all the time. Sometimes I even manage to procrastinate over the things that I was already procrastinating over about something that I should really be doing. So let's say I have something constructive to do, like a bit of work on my computer that I should be doing that will make me money, and then in my job, and then I go from that. So I'm like, well, maybe I'll just do some writing of my own stuff that I enjoy, but maybe that won't make me money. And instead, look, sack it, let's just play Skyrim. The third thing that I hate about myself is that I am just too argumentative. No, really. No, I am. No, I am. No, I am. This lovely little trait of my personality seems to come out at different times, like a troll hiding under a bridge, waiting for the billy goat's gruff to go over. Do you ever read the Three Billy Goats Gruff? That was my favourite story as a child. So my friends or loved ones or just maybe acquaintances or strangers, they will be walking along the bridge of conversation above me, and this aspect of my personality, this troll, will be underneath the bridge, waiting, hiding. One of them will say something that may stir the troll, and then he'll come out and gobble them up. Right, I'm going to start talking straight. This is a shit metaphor. Now, this doesn't happen all the time. Most of the time, I try to be level-headed. I try to be appreciative of people's opinions, people's different ideas, but then sometimes just someone says something and I'll be watching myself. It's as if I have an out-of-body experience, watching myself, the red mist descends, and I'll just start arguing with someone. And sometimes I think, why are you even arguing with them? You're being a dick. If there's one thing I don't like, it's when people just take a contrary position to you for like almost no reason. And what's most horrifying about that is very occasionally, I think I kind of verge on doing that myself. Number 4 on my top 10 things I hate about myself has to be being late for things. What annoys me most about this is that I didn't used to be like that. At least I don't think I did. I think I used to be on time. Maybe that only lasted a week. What's most infuriating about it is I actually try to be on time for stuff. I actually try. I try and organise myself. I take the time to try and get ready and be early. But something always happens to me. just some crazy thing normally happens, something really, really stupid, like my socks explode or my pants turn into water. And that might be nothing to do with laziness. But the point is, for people who know me in real life who get annoyed about the fact that I'm late for things, I really try. I really, really try. But just stupid things happen. But I suppose, if it was nothing to do with me, genuinely, then it wouldn't be on this list. The truth is, I just don't give myself time to get things done. I don't give myself time. I'm just not good at time management that way. I don't, I'd sort of estimate that, yeah, I can get there in an hour when really should take me 3 hours. And that can infuriate people. Number 5, I've just simply put fat. Fat. That's what I put there. Just plain simple fat. I don't like being fat. Now, don't get me wrong, I've said this before, I'm on record as saying it many times. I don't have anything against anybody who's overweight. I love John Candy just as much as the next person. I may have cracked that joke before. But just personally, for me, just getting a bit heavier again in my life, it's just not for me. I don't enjoy it. Things don't fit you. You catch your shadow on the wall, you look like Alfred Hitchcock. It's not a good thing. For me personally, I don't enjoy it. And I know I made videos a while ago but try to do something about it. But, this has to stop. My problem is, I can't stop eating. Number 6 on my 10 things that I hate about myself, I've just put lazy. Just laziness. It annoys the hell out of me. Just lazy. I mean, sometimes, like for example, the reason why I'm doing this video, the reason why this started is because earlier on I tried to take some of the glasses and plates that had accumulated throughout like 2 days. I just left them because I was in that sort of mood. I just left them in this room, and I picked them all up at once and tried to take them to the kitchen, and I dropped all of them. I dropped all of them. And I knew as I picked them up, I was like, that wee voice in my head was going, Mike, whoa, 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 whoa. Take some of them through, come back, pick up the rest and take them through. That would be the sensible course of action. But no, 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 no. Mike has to go, that involves 2 trips to the kitchen, which is what, 20 seconds away? No, 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 no. That's too much. I'm taking all of these bad boys at the same time. And then, Nagasaki. Another example is if I'm lying in bed and somehow the remote control for the TV has ended up at the end of the bed. Quick thing to do, you want to change the channel, you just sit up in your bed and you lean over, you pick up the remote control, you're done. But no, 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 not for Michael. What Michael has to do is he has to kick the covers. Just kick them, and start to turn the remote control into some sort of failed gymnast who springs not towards Mike, no, 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 not into his hand so he can turn the telly over, no, 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 off the bed into a drink that should also be in the kitchen. Number 7 of 10 things that I hate about myself, my nose. Check that out. Check that nose out. It doesn't make any sense. My nose is like one of those optical illusions. It points one direction one way and then the other another. And the thing is, I've noticed about this is that sometimes you don't really see that in the videos too much, but really it's a thing unto itself. Physicists could study this in an attempt to understand and find out some sort of new paradigm about how the universe works. I mean, this could like cure or solve the problem of a unified field theory. My nose, this massive, massive example of a human nose. And while we're at it, and I know this isn't technically on my list, but while we're at it, my hair annoys me. It really, really annoys me. Now, I'm thankful that I have hair. I don't want to tempt fate by insulting my hair so much that it then runs off, and then I'm Patrick Stewart, although Jean-Luc Picard is cool. But I have 2 people's hair. I was born with 2 people's hair. You hear about Siamese twins? I mean, that's a really horrible thing. I'm not comparing my hair Siamese Twins. That would be stupid, right? You know, it's not life altering or anything like that. It's just a stupid gripe. But I have two people's hair. That's what I have. And I'll tell you why. The hair on this side is really thick and grows down, as hair should. But this hair here is kind of a bit mousy, and grows back. That's right, it grows back. And the number of times I go to a barber's and I have to explain my hair to people. Have you ever had to do that? You have to go to the barber's and explain your hair to someone. You have to say to someone, listen, I have essentially two people's hair. This guy's cool. This guy is a pain in the arse. And connected to that, you know, we have to get to the crux of the matter here. I'm sure you've noticed. My forehead is roughly, I would say, about 40% of my face. And, you know, of course, getting a little bit older, the hair's receded very slightly, but I've always had it. I've always had a forehead which could literally have its own weather system. Number 8 on my top 10 things I hate about myself, starting smoking. Hate that. Hate the fact that I started smoking. I don't really smoke now, and you heard me, I said really. I haven't smoked, in all seriousness, I haven't smoked professionally in about 3 years. Even to this day, there are periods that I go through where I want a cigarette. And I'm not trying to put anyone off quitting smoking. Absolutely do it. You know, you don't think about cigarettes all the time. And for loads of people, they say they don't think about them at all. But it's there in the back of my mind at certain points in my existence. You know, if I'm going through something that's stressful, I want a cigarette. And right now, I'm stressed at my box because I've got a lot of stuff going on. There's a play of mine's playing in London in February, and I've got my book coming out, and I'm stressed out of my box. And yeah, every cigarette looks like manna from heaven. So the moral to the story is never start in the first place. If I had my own personal DeLorean that went back in time along with some crazy scientist who may or may not be a molester, I would go back and I would tell my younger self, number 1, stay away from Dr. Emmett Brown. Number 2, just never start smoking. Number 9, stream of consciousness. Always saying I mean, what is that? What is that? I say I say, you know, do you know what I mean? I say, I'm starting to sound like Foghorn Leghorn now. I say, I just constantly can't seem to get my words out quick enough to match up the way I'm actually thinking. There are these gaps, these pauses, these breaks, and I fill them with rubbish like and 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 other things. Sometimes I'll start a thought at the beginning of a sentence. I'll start it. Here it goes. It's a good thought. You're going to be interested in it. It's going to be funny. Huh? And then somewhere in the middle of the sentence, my brain goes on a holiday. It goes off to Tenerife for 2 weeks. And I'm left going, what was I saying? And that's when I go, or there's just a silence. And I see the look in someone's eyes, they're like, when is this motherfucker going to finish this thought? And when that happens, eventually it clicks back in, and then I finish what I was saying. But it's really, really infuriating and annoying. Not just to me, but I'm sure to all of you as well. And number 10, here we are at the end. I bet none of you are still watching. But if you are, thank you. I don't know why you put yourself through this. But number 10 on the 10 things I hate about myself has to be, what is it? That's the brain thing I was just talking about. Not only did I lose the ability to remember for a moment there, but I also managed to lose the ability to read. Number 10 is simply just this. Worrying about stuff. That's it. I worry too much. I'm probably going to worry myself into an early grave, whether it be about my health. I think you heard that phrase, worry yourself sick? Probably that's what I'll end up doing. Worrying about your health, worrying about whether things are going to go right. You get stressed about a certain thing, you know, and that just plagues me like the hand of death. there's nothing more really to be said about that. That's my list. 10 things that I hate about myself. Whew, feels good actually. Feels good getting that off my chest. So, is there anything about yourself that you don't like? Things that you would like to change? I don't know. It's January. It's not exactly a New Year's resolution video, but it's the closest you're going to get to it. So, yeah, that's about it. Feel better for doing that. Thanks very much for listening, and I'll be back soon with hopefully some more upbeat, less harmful videos. I don't know what that means. I'm tired. Good night.